Tweeting out.
This man is on it this week.
On it.
Wow.
Wait, hold on. Do I have any music in the background? Not this week.
I hope so.
Not this week, gang.
I kind of want to go back and listen to or watch because they wouldn't be on the audio version. It would only be on the Twitch broadcast. I kind of want to go back
and the YouTube.
I want to go back and listen to it and see like what music you chose to be our elevator music for
a lot
the
of
podcast.
Harris Heller. A lot of Harris Heller. Some Annie Ignis.
Okay.
We have some Sean Bartley in there.
Oh, I know that. I know that guy.
Yeah, he's good. He's great. Soon to be Dapatron. Dapatron will be joining. So, kind of excited about that.
I dig it. I dig it a lot. See, look, it wasn't a mistake that you made. You were advertising.
Yeah, I was promoting my friends. What of it?
There we go. See, out of every PR disaster, a solution is found. So I was promoting somebody.
Yeah, I was promoting everybody that I know and one person that I don't.
Right, it works. When are we going to start hearing some of your music on the background of the show?
Probably not. Probably won't.
Listen, stop sacrificing Destiny characters to charity goals and instead set some of your old albums up. People hit a charity goal, you have to release some of your old music.
I see. It's already released. It's out there. You can find it.
But you haven't played it for us.
And that's fine.
Do it.
That's fine.
It.
No, if you want to find.
I want to find your MySpace page.
I don't know if that exists anymore.
I need that to be a charity goal somewhere. Find Dan's MySpace.
Find Dan's If you could name my top 8.
Oh no.
Oh God.
Wonderful. Wouldn't that be perfect?
That would be horrifying.
I would donate for that.
Please don't do that.
As a matter of fact, I would absolutely setting it up today. What's going on, everybody? Welcome to episode 273 of the Planet Destiny podcast. We are back after another week of some D2 to talk about the things going on in the game. Joining us this week, you love her, PolarBear. Welcome back to the show.
Hi, thank you so very much for having me.
Yeah, it's great to have you back. I think the last time we had you here, you and Nim just sat back and complained about and then lauded Gambit for like the entire show.
Probably. A lot has changed since I was last here, actually. A lot has changed. I don't play Gambit so much. Yep.
Gambit. That was a long time ago.
He was.
Retired.
Actually.
That's all right. We've replaced the Gambit obsession with a concerning Witherhoard obsession, I've noticed as of late.
I mean, kind of found the addiction over the weekend, to be honest.
It was like
in the background while watching people doing stuff, I've been like in Iron Banner going, yeah, you can have a Witherhoard. Yep. You can have a Witherhoard. Please stand in my Witherhoard and die. Yep.
It's great to have a game mode that requires people to stand in specific places and a weapon that covers the exact amount of space they have to stand in.
Oh, yeah.
It's funny that, huh?
There's also a kind of like a knack to it too, because sometimes it bounces, and so you want to make sure that you're getting the trajectory right. There's math involved, okay? There is skill and art to flipping.
You heard it here. There's math involved in the Witherhoarding.
You have to have a degree in geometry to get it right.
If you get a direct hit, oh my word.
Yeah.
Oh my word. They explode. It's great.
It's a very high IQ type of play.
You get them. You see, it looks like there's like sort of a whole kind of space thing going around them, and it's sucking them in, and then they literally implode. And you're like,
unfortunate.
Yeah.
That multi-kill, but hey, you gotta get the dub. Well, thanks so much for joining us tonight. We're going to be talking a bit about the Iron Banner. Of course, that's live this week. We had some Stasis changes go live, so going to be getting everybody's opinions on how Crucible feels now that certain Stasis nerfs are in effect. We also had a mini update go live on Thursday for lobby balancing that was then immediately reneged upon, at least in the main Iron Banner playlist, because, man, it broke some stuff if you weren't playing freelance.
Yeah.
It broke quite a few things, and we got even more than that to get into. Of course, we've got our usual roundtable. Mr. Dan Finity, good to see you, buddy.
Hello, good to see you too. It's good to see anybody.
Yep. Yeah, it's good to see anybody and everybody. You have a good week?
Yeah, this week's been pretty great. I got to hang out with some good people pretty much the entire week in Iron Banner and raids and all sorts of stuff. And then like on Saturday, I took place with the Last Rites charity stream that Polar put together, and we raised some money for Get Well Gamers UK, and yeah, like it was enough to purchase, you said 50 Nintendo Switches?
Roundabout.
Yeah.
Yep, around about
That's
50.
fantastic.
That's insane. So it was very talented group of people overall, and I'm lucky that I got to be a part of it. And yeah.
Everybody crushed it.
Heck yeah.
In all honesty, you know, yeah, I don't know how much you want to kind of talk into it right now, but it was just like we started off originally with a goal. Well, I had a goal in mind of 5K.
Yeah.
You know, and to double that and more, it's kind of mind blowing. You know.
Yeah.
In the space of 48 hours.
Yeah.
Of which
like
you
2
slept
days.
very little.
Yeah, there's not much sleep in that, unfortunately. You know, it kind of, it's the way it is. So like, since I've got tomorrow off, so I'm not doing anything apart from probably sleeping. So
I was gonna say, how are you operating?
Yeah, I was in Dan's stream earlier, and I was absolutely knackered. I was crashing, and it was only like 7:30 my time, and that's really early for me to go to bed. I'm the type of person that goes to bed like midnight, sort of like now. And yeah, I was just like, no, I need to go to bed. And then the next thing I know, it's 9:30, and I wake up and I was like, okay, I'm awake now.
Sleep schedule completely destroyed.
Yes.
Yeah, it doesn't exist anymore. But yeah, so the weekend it's just been absolutely amazing. We had a load of awesome casters. I paired up a whole bunch of casters together. Some that weren't part of Last Rites worked with Last Rites casters. And it was just really, 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 really good and incredibly enthusiastic. And I'm just proud of the entire community, because not only do we have like the Last Rites organization and their community, but it's everybody else's individual communities a part of that, you know. So it's bringing in and making it's a global event essentially, because there's people from, you know, all over the world participating in this one little charity, which is an incredibly tiny charity here in the UK, to help support kids that just need a little bit of a power up.
Absolutely. And that's always amazing to see when you guys pull that sort of stuff off, because generally speaking, this community does a real good job of showing up whenever there's any sort of big charity going on. And excellent work putting that on this weekend. Great job to both of you guys.
Well, thanks. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah, and you have to
Slothhead was definitely one of my favorites. And the portrait that you can see right now of my face, Khan did that. Khan set for me, having Khan in amongst it. It's like we didn't just have Destiny, we didn't just have gaming, we had music, we had art, you know, and it was a whole range of things. And from different communities, we had like Apex community people, we had Call of Duty community people, you know. So there was just all walks of life involved in it, which I really, 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 really like, because it's evolved so much more than when I first sort of started doing these kind of charity events by myself years ago. So, you know, it's all of that kind of stuff was just brilliant, you know. And one of the things I love about Khan, right, he gave up his time, and I know and everybody did, obviously. He's an incredibly busy person, but you could like buy 2 emotes from him for like $100 or something like that, and he'd get them to you in a couple of weeks. And normally to go and like get stuff from him, you have to wait until September.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that kind of stuff was really cool. And he did that sketch of me in 20 minutes.
That's incredible.
I'm like, it's nuts. It's awesome.
And I think,
makes me look awesome.
And I think that's a perfect kind of bridge to what I was going to say. For the people who out there who maybe aren't so affiliated with you, Polar, I take a moment to explain who you are and what it is you do, because you do a lot of these charity streams. And
so
you do a lot of them.
I've been around the streaming community for about 5 years. So it's my 5th year. And I first started off streaming Destiny 1. And literally all I would do is stream trials drunk. To be honest, my content's not changed that much over the years. It's still drunk video games involved, and a lot of swearing. So for me to do a PG stream is kind of hard. And the very first thing I ever did when I hit 500 followers, which was a long time ago when it was on my PlayStation, I raised $5,000 in a stream for an organization called Games Aid UK. And what they do is they're like an umbrella company that supplies 8 different charities with funding and grants throughout the year.
Wow.
And they're all children's charities. It's all to do with video games and gaming and all that kind of stuff. Because I'd always wanted to give back. So I'd always been given a lot. You know, the PC I still stream from was gifted to me 3 years ago. The mic I'm using was gifted to me. The headset I'm using was gifted to me. So I've been very fortunate with the stuff that I have. And so I've always had that mindset to give back. You know, I don't do streaming as an income. It is a hobby. So anything I get goes back into either stream, updating the stream, or going back out to the community and people within it. And Destiny has always been this sort of game that I've kind of evolved that around. For the most part. There have been times where I've done variety type stuff. I've always very much been into my story games. So The Last of Us Part 2 was done last year, which was amazing, made me cry. You know, there's also, I like that kind of stuff. But Destiny's always been my main focus up until recently, where I've been focusing on other games.
I was gonna say, it's not just Destiny you play. You do a lot of Warzone and stuff too, don't you?
Yeah, Warzone's my love at the moment. That's where I'm getting my PvP fix.
It's fun, yeah?
Yeah, do you want to know why?
Why is that?
Stasis doesn't exist.
That's the grade A mind fresh salt I was looking for.
You're welcome.
Season my steak, thank you.
I can add more if you like.
Please.
Yeah, so one of the things I quite enjoy about Warzone, even though it's like on the same map and it's a BR, and not BR, you know, not everybody likes BRs.
Yeah.
For me, it can be fast paced, it can be slow. You can play on your own, you can play with friends, you can have a lot of fun. I'm actually currently sitting in here in one of the sweatshirts that I got made for a couple of girls that I play with. So you may all know Red Queen.
Yes.
And
Amazing.
you may have now been introduced, if you watched the charity event, to Megwai. So those two lovely, wonderful women are my gaming buddies every Wednesday. We have this thing called Gulag Girls. So when you die in Warzone, you get thrown into the Gulag. 9 out of 10 times I probably lose it, but you know, the odd time I'll snipe somebody else in the head. So like I had a little bit of art commissioned for the girls just to thank them for being awesome, and had them made into sweatshirts. So yeah, that's we're called the Gulag Girls. We do that on Wednesdays, which is just funny. And Dan's gonna come along, I think, one day and come play Warzone.
I'm gonna be in
and come be a Gulag Girl.
Yeah.
Yep.
Can't wait.
Yeah.
I'm excited about it.
Have you ever played Warzone?
Nope.
Are you a Call of Duty fan?
I played it once at at my bassist's house, and it was fun. But we only played the PvE side of it, where it was just like loads of like it was just horde mode, where like there was just loads of trash mobs,
zombies or something. Huh?
So it was. I remember doing that, and everybody couldn't get past the same boss. So we were like, and we just drank beer and hammered our head against it for like probably half a day. So this will be fun.
I think so.
Yeah.
Austin writes in chat actually about that he got a double kill with Stasis against 2 supers, which is cool. I mean, the issue I have with Stasis, and I'm going to tell you this now, is the fact that you need to be frozen in it, and you get shot because you cannot move, you cannot get unfrozen quick enough, you cannot shoot your gun when you're in it, you cannot defend yourself. So that for me goes against absolutely anything and everything in a PvP mode.
Yeah.
There's a reason why I don't play Overwatch.
Yeah.
You know, that kind of stuff. So, like, and I was saying this earlier, it kind of makes bad players better. But I don't necessarily think that that's the greatest way of looking at things, because each person has their own way of playing, their own style, their own ability, right?
Mm-hmm.
But the fact that it takes control away from you, because that's ultimately what the problem is. You know, the slowing, I get it's annoying, but you can live with that. I personally feel like slowing isn't that much of an issue. For me, the main issue is being frozen and stood still and powerless.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
there's no skill counter to it.
Mm-mm.
You're frozen. It's just a free kill.
As far as I'm concerned, if you need to freeze me to kill me, you're bad.
And there's nothing controversial about that. I mean, you're right. It's certainly better now that they've nerfed things a bit. It's still a huge problem.
Oh yeah. No, it's definitely better than what it was in the beginning, and I'm going to tell you why.
Oh yeah.
Because in the beginning, I literally was just like, I'm out, and I didn't play the game.
Mm-hmm.
I have been playing the game this weekend, so you know.
Well, this week kind of felt like the first week where I enjoyed PvP since they dropped. Just because of some of the nerfs that they brought in. Like I didn't feel like I was actually getting like hammered on by freezing abilities, and if I did have if I was frozen, I was able to get out pretty quickly. Yeah, overall, like my PvP experience, I was kind of dreading Iron Banner a little bit, but like, you know,
same.
Yeah, I didn't know how that tuning would work, and what the meta game would be after that. But
right,
once I got in, I was actually having fun, like not having to deal with them all that much. The fact that the grenade that sucks you in, that it does
it doesn't suck you in so hard.
The dust field
wow, I did notice the change in that actually, and that was really quite good.
Yeah,
because like I can remember, maybe it was definitely before the change, like a week or so ago. I was nowhere near a dusk field thing, and I got sucked into it.
Yeah,
I was just like, really? So this grenade is like it's like a grapple gun. That's what it is. By the way, if anybody from Bungie is listening, can I have a grapple gun, please? Thank you.
So, yeah, like that. And I saw a lot more people playing like light subclasses, and so which was
I have noticed that a lot less.
Yeah.
What was it? Was I playing comp or did I play trials? I can't. Yes, I played trials. Do you want to know why I played trials? I've got the hand cannon. That's how I know I played trials.
Okay. Yep.
Yes.
So I was playing trials. I can't remember who I was playing trials with. Definitely was drinking, I think. So
I hope so.
I got a whole decent roll on my hand cannon. It 2-taps people. It's got rampage on it, and I was killing people with it in the Crucible earlier. But it was really, really cool to come up against teams that weren't using Stasis.
Right.
This is the first time I've been able to log into Crucible and not like run into an entire team of Revenants or Behemoths. It's like,
bearing in mind, my current username is Stasis users are bad at PvP.
I mean, if the majority of your kills are on frozen targets, I'm just saying.
I mean, put it out there. I might change my name again next week to "If you need to freeze me, you're bad."
Yeah, I mean, and you know that's a huge part of this week. Of course, Iron Banner's live this week. That's a premier PvP game mode, and those stasis changes went into effect. And I will say, I'm somebody who has, for the most part, avoided PvP, largely in the last season or two because of stasis. After the first month of Beyond Light, it's like, all right, I don't need to be playing this because it's just a chain of being frozen, killed, slowed, frozen, killed, slowed, frozen, killed, nonstop, every single life. Even when Warlock was busted. So I'm happy
because there's no fun.
Yeah, it's not fun. It's when there's no skill counter to being frozen. You're just frozen. You're a sitting duck, and it's for anybody who's even halfway decent. A frozen opponent is a dead opponent with any weapon game, any ability in the game. And that's frustrating. That creates a really frustrating experience where it feels like you didn't necessarily do anything wrong there. You're just dead because it's a free easy
ability.
kill.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, it's super frustrating.
You know what is super fun and not frustrating at all for the opposite team? Running the good old-fashioned Saint 14 bubble play on any of the points. Because people forget. People will often forget not to enter that bubble.
Yeah.
See, this is where I go with the majority of people, just in general. Stupid is all I'm thinking. I'm like, why would you go in to a
Why
bubble
would you do
time?
that?
They didn't play
Like,
D1.
I mean, there's that, but also at the same, it's just like, yeah, okay, fine, yep, yep.
Well, coming in.
I don't understand it. It's like the anglerfish thing. Like you're a fish. You're down in the Marianas Trench. You've never seen light before. Suddenly, this big, bright, big mouth fish comes up with a light. Why in the world do you swim towards it? It's the same thing with people when they see a bubble. It's like, there's a Titan sitting in there. He's emoting at me. He's got a shotgun. Yeah, I think I could take him.
PBL.
Don't do it.
Like, the only way I will ever go into another bubble or into a Titan's bubble is if I've got my Peregrine Greaves on and I'm running top tree solo hammers, and I will F him out of his bubble.
Evicted.
And that's the counter.
Yeah, I just kept popping the bubble and sitting in the callous couch, just swirling the wine, waiting for people to show up.
Step into my office.
It was
Step into my office.
It was so fun.
And without fail, they do. And like people who you know better, like people who are skilled players, will still just be like, yeah, I'm gonna challenge.
They just want to smack you once. They just want to give you one smack, and then you give them a smack back.
Isn't that the dumbest thing? They come in and they melee you. It's like, what are you thinking?
I know, it's like, you didn't even stick me with anarchy. You didn't, use a shotgun in my face. No, you're just going to come in and give me a slap? I mean, come on.
You could have booped me, dude.
Warlock? Probably.
You could have tractor cannoned.
Yeah. That would have done the whole thing away.
Awesome. I haven't used tractor cannon in PvP for a while, actually. Oh, we got Mayhem.
Is that next week?
No, now. We got Mayhem now.
Oh, we do have Mayhem now. Yeah, I forgot about that.
So there are two types of hunter in. There are two types of hunter in Mayhem. Those that use shards of Galanor and constantly spam the thing, and those that use tethers and tractor cannons.
Those people.
I will tell you, when I was able to be a hunter, respectfully, when I was able to be a hunter, I was middle tree arc strider. It was always funny just bouncing back everybody's supers at them.
Nice.
Just walk around and reflect.
Yep.
Nova Bomb? No.
Yeah, I have had the odd one or two of my own hammers thrown in my face at that one. It's like, shoot, didn't even do that.
It catches you by surprise. It's like, whoa,
it does.
What? You don't expect it.
Counter.
Like the Spanish
counter.
Thankfully, that doesn't happen very often.
Yeah. We're on the subject, so I'm assuming everybody here had a chance to play through some Iron Banner this week, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
To varying levels of success.
We'll get to that. So, how was your overall Iron Banner experience this time around? Starting with you, Polar.
Not too bad, actually. I've done a bunch. So I haven't touched my Hunter or my Warlock at all this season until this weekend. Right. So they were both, I think, 1260, I think? 1260 if I was lucky. And so I jumped into Iron Banner on my Hunter. They are now 1300. And I jumped in on my Warlock, and my Warlock's now 1300.
Wow.
As in base. It's like 1310, like with the artifact and stuff.
Pretty
and it's taken relatively short amount of time to do that. I had my weapons already leveled anyway from my Titan, so I just switched those over, and it was pretty good. And the XP that you were getting was insane, actually, from not playing for a while. I definitely will say that if you have not played Destiny 2 for a long time, there's a lot of opportunity for you to level up incredibly quickly.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I have found that, which has been kind of nice because I feel like it's always nice to step back and take a break from a game.
Oh yeah.
And in terms of Iron Banner itself, I found the solo queue fine. There's been the odd. I feel like with Iron Banner, you either win massively or you lose massively.
Mercy.
There's really, there's rarely sort of any balance in terms of the game. Had a game today though where we both got 125 on the nail, so it was a tie game, and I haven't seen that before, so that was cool.
Really?
But yeah, I've had a lot of fun. I've been using Witherhoard. Kind of feel like I've gone back a couple of seasons with that. When did that come out? Was it last season? Season before? And I've been using that to have some fun in Crucible with, and burn people and have them engulfed and taken stuff. So yeah, it's been fun.
I have noticed that you've been enjoying the good old Witherhoard there. I think that dropped, what was that, last year? It was before
Mm-hmm.
Beyond Light.
It was definitely before Beyond Light.
Yeah, Season of the Arrivals, Austin says in chat.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
thank you. Yeah,
very good weapon and perfectly suited for Iron Banner.
I'd never really used it much at all
Mm-hmm.
because I'm not a massive fan of grenade launchers.
Yeah.
I used to really enjoy Mountaintop, but I used that with a purpose for Gambit back in the day. So,
Yeah.
but other than that, I've really not been a fan of Mountaintop. Fan of grenade launchers in general. So the whole one-shot kill kind of thing is not my thing. And while Witherhoard isn't necessarily a one-shot kill, it kind of can be.
Yeah.
So, and if they're stupid enough to stand in it, then it's your own fault as far as I'm concerned. Oh yeah, there's like you can like I snuck up on a team. There's a clip of it on my Twitter, I think actually, and I landed 2 shots with a horde, and there was 4 people in them. It disappeared.
Oh, they just stood in it. They just sat there and took it.
Yeah.
It's a silly, fun gun, and because Bungie refuses to make Iron Banner anything other than control, it's kind of the perfect game mode to bring that in there. I mean, if you're going to have a bunch of control points that are perfectly Witherhoard sized, it's almost like they were made for it.
Yeah, the only thing I kind of noticed that for me was a little bit weird was it Dead Man something?
Dead Man's Tail.
That thing. Okay, I don't know where you get that gun from.
Presage?
I don't know how it's got allowed into the video game, but it's a scout rifle that 2-taps you.
You want to hear something that's even more infuriating, Polar? Probably for you. It comes with random rolls.
Yes, it comes with random rolls and is more.
Rolls. Wait, what?
It's an exotic.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
that mission that I was helping. Polar was in my chat earlier, and she was like, "I've never done this before," and we were running Master Presages, helping people get their catalyst, and
yeah.
So that can do it, and each time you run it, each week you get a chance at a random rolled exotic. It's the second exotic that does that outside of Hawkmoon.
Yeah, so enjoy that because it's going to be there for a while, and it's basically Last Word turned into a scout rifle. When I say Last Word,
so basically you can stand at the edge of the map, not move from spawn, and kill the entire team with 1 clip.
I mean, if you choose to, and that's.
You choose to.
Oh, they do. They do, because where I saw these, I have words for these type of people that like to just stay around the edge, be edgelords.
Oh yeah.
And what have you else? I'm going to be polite though.
Okay.
I'm like when I'm playing PvP, I like to be engaged. I like to go up to the elbow in things. So I'm in there. I don't stand by the edge.
Yeah.
And if you're one of those kind of players, dang,
a true Titan with you. A true Titan man.
Yeah, a
true Titan through and through.
Just how it is. So yeah, that I noticed a lot of.
It's very strong.
I was just like, that's just dumb.
It's even dumber when you realize that it becomes more accurate and easier to use when you hip fire it.
Yep.
Oh,
With the catalyst.
50
Right.
meters away with the catalyst. You just hip fire it. The catalyst gives it what? Increased rate of fire and better accuracy?
Yes.
See, this is kind of what like it. Sometimes I just like I go, what are they wanting here? Because it's like, what's the plan here? What are we actually meant to be? And I think one of the things I learned years ago, actually, in relation to Destiny, was as long as you don't take it seriously, you're fine. The moment you take it
Yeah.
seriously, the moment that you turn it into something you think it should be, or it, that it's not, that's when you start having negative thoughts about the game, negative thoughts
100%.
about the devs and whatever else. Ultimately, at the end of the day, what a game's about, having fun. If you're not having fun in a video game, don't play it.
What's the point?
Yep.
Exactly. So, I might question things, I might say things, I might scream and shout and until I'm blue in the face, but it does, ultimately at the end of the day, none of that matters. My opinion doesn't matter. None of that stuff is even worthwhile, because you can't change the game too much.
Right.
All right. Obviously, we as a community are very, very lucky to have as tight-knit relationship with the devs as we do. So we do have influence. We do have a say, and they do listen. But also at the end of the day, Bungie's going to do what they want to do. And they're going to try things out. They're going to test things out. They'll do stuff. Sometimes you kind of question their thinking. Stasis. And but then they tweak it, they nerf it, they do whatever. And we move on. But that's just the cycle of how every Destiny game has gone for the last 6 years. Don't expect anything different. It's always going to be this way.
100%. Every now and again, you're going to find a Bastion or a Dead Man's Tale.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's probably the best way to look at it. Don't. It's about fun. If you're not having fun, I think at the quote from Reggie Fils-Aimé, when he was a big part of Nintendo, is like, if you're not having fun, what's the point?
Right.
Exactly. And that's why I've been playing other games. Because I've always been a PvP main, even though I'm not necessarily the best at PvP, but that's what I enjoyed in Destiny 1. That's what I enjoyed in Destiny 2. But then other things happened in Destiny 2, right? Because I didn't enjoy PvP so much in year 1 because of the double primary meta and all that kind of stuff. But at that point, no, it wasn't fun. But at that point, they had other things like Escalation Protocol come in. There was other new things that could do. Eventually, Gambit came in. That satisfied my niche for what I wanted out of a video game. And then there have been seasons where I've dabbled back in on PvP to try and better myself. There's a time where all I did was equip a sniper. I literally had a sniper in my primary, my secondary, and my heavy sword to get better at sniping. So there's always been something, and when there hasn't been something, there's actually been a game out that I've wanted to play and spend more time on. So over the last year or so, I've played like Doom Eternal. Absolutely amazing game. I did Doom 2016 because I hadn't even played that. And I remember playing Doom, the original one, when I was 15 years old.
Yeah.
So like that kind of stuff for me. And then there was a new Tomb Raider as well at some point a little while back, which I've done. And the new Last of Us 2 came out. That one, I have a huge respect for Naughty Dog in terms of the stuff that they put out. So enjoying other games is also good fun and incredibly healthy.
Yeah, variety is the spice of life.
It is.
Yeah. And
as is some of those like peppers that Iceman and Rocket Bear were doing in their section on the charity event. Honestly,
yeah,
I swear that I'm hoping that their buttholes are okay. Just saying.
They're not.
I'm sure they're fine. I'll message Iceman after this. And
press F in chat for their buttholes.
Yeah,
because they're not okay. You don't eat that kind of pepper and then have a intact booty hole.
Yeah, you don't have a regular Wednesday.
Some of the things that people were eating, and I was just like, okay,
Didn't
robotic about as much as I go.
Didn't robotic Addie eat like an onion?
Yep, she was eating onions. I loved the fact that she was putting googly eyes on her face as a homage to the the rocket launcher was at Eyes of Tomorrow because I don't think
Eyes
she's
of
still got
Tomorrow.
that yet.
Yeah, she hasn't got it yet.
Yeah.
But yeah, this I don't know. Like for me, my experience going in Tuesday, like it was a bit of a mixed bag. We were mercying and we were getting mercied. As Iron Banner went along, it was fine. We were running like 5-6 stack. Eventually, some of my teammates were doing shenanigans, but we also played on Thursday after they made some of the changes that they had spoken about during the TWAB. Jumped in with a team of 6 and had some issues matchmaking because we were 6 out of 12. And then we'd get a full match. It would kick us back out to orbit and just do the same thing over again. And I think we got mercied by the same team 3 times in a row. Then got kicked out to orbit. We changed hosts. And then, or before we changed hosts, we dove in again, got matched with the same team.
Oh.
And then finally when we changed hosts, like our luck started kind of like picking up a little bit more where we were trading off, but it was rough. Saturday,
What time of day was that?
It was in the evening, so it was like between 4 and 10 p.m. Eastern. So for you guys, it would have been like 9 to 3. And then we had, what was it? On Saturday when we were doing the charity deal, I was in the solo playlist. Had the time of my life. It was real back and forth a lot of the times. I think they rolled back some of the changes from Thursday at least, and it's this week was kind of all over the place for Iron Banner, but it was the first time that I actually felt like I enjoyed it in a while.
Yeah, I could definitely say the same thing. This is the first Iron Banner I've really dived back into, really probably since Beyond Light dropped. And I actually had a decent enough time in there playing around. Only played on one character, but I didn't want to tear my hair out by the time I got to the end of it. And just to give a bit of information about the situation you're talking there, on Thursday, I think alongside the TWAB, Bungie announced that they were going to be pushing out a short update to their matchmaking algorithm, specifically their lobby balancing algorithm that was going to try to... It's the system in place that tries to put good players on opposite sides with bad players so that they can have
I know all about that.
Teams. Yeah, it doesn't work.
It happens in Gambit, or it used to, and I used to always get lumbered with people. So I'd be playing solo, and I'd be the one carrying the team,
like
and my word.
Getting killed by dregs.
Basically.
You would get paired with me. It's okay.
I would be against a 4-stack.
Yeah.
And I would have the 3 worst players that wouldn't know their ass from their elbow.
Now, it did take me several years to figure out what my ass and my elbow were. So.
So yeah, Bungie pushed out an update to that. And while it seems to have worked well enough in the freelance playlist, the lobby balancing changes they made basically broke matchmaking for fire teams, which is why Dan got thrown into a group with the same 6 players over and over and over and over again. And it was so bad, Bungie actually had to kind of undo that change outside of the Iron Banner freelance playlist. And
I wonder what it was. It was just like some kind of little button that was extra or something. It was just like,
they pressed
like they just matched with the same button over and over and over.
Bad.
Yeah. I don't know what it like. It just felt like something was off the entire time, and it was. I like in a thread later, like Dylan had said that they hadn't changed anything with matchmaking. It was specifically like it was just specifically the lobby balancing, but something in there, like I almost wonder if it found like the highest KD player of one team and the highest KD player of the other team, and then put them on different teams. Like it was trying to do that math and ended up breaking everything that way.
Yeah.
Like that would logic wise that would make sense. Then again, I'm no dev. So take whatever I say as bullshit. But
I do that as a normal point of cause, though. To be fair, Dan.
Yeah, thank you so much, Polar. I respect you too.
So they had to undo that. Who knows when they'll have that fixed and whether or not they're going to continue trying to push it. Like I said, it seems to be working well enough in the if you're playing solo in the freelance playlist, but it was definitely busted for teams. I saw no end of complaints about that on some of the streams that we were watching after Bungie pushed that live on Thursday. Here's hoping they get it worked out, though.
Yeah.
Not a great experience. And this looks to be a system that they're testing in Iron Banner right now. They're probably going to wind up pushing it to other PvP game modes. So I'm real happy that they're finding all the bugs and kind of ironing those out right now. Because could you imagine if they did this in comp?
Oh man. I think you'd hear a lot. It would be a louder outcry than if it were just Iron Banner.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
So here's hoping they get that all fixed up.
Yeah.
Big problem. Was there any other news we had this week? Because it was kind of a short news week.
It was a short news week. Other than the Iron Banner balancing, we did get a new strike this week.
Yes,
Tuesday.
Yeah. Proving grounds.
That cutscene was insane and nearly made me poop myself. So
I haven't seen it.
Oh, okay. Well, do you mind spoilers much?
I mean, I don't care. Go on.
Okay. So you had to go through and do like the normal proving grounds or the normal
battlegrounds,
like battlegrounds steps for the week in order to then go in. Once you went into the strike after doing your battlegrounds set of goals for the quest, you got to go onto a land tank, a moving land tank, which was pretty bonkers.
It's a cool strike.
Yeah, and it's
going in Rubicon.
Yes, kind of, but like it moves, and I think the music is a remix of Rubicon. If I'm
it is. Mm-hmm.
So then you get entered into once you get in there, it's basically just a battlegrounds, right? It's just you go through, you kill bad guys until you get to the end. There is like slight mechanics, but you know,
it's battleground mechanics.
Yeah, it's battleground mechanics. Once you get to the end, you fight a boss who fires off these like homing orbs that kind of remind me of Callus's skulls that he used to vomit up.
Right.
And you got done with that, and there was a cutscene with Keitel and Zavala on the battlefield, getting ready to like do the honorary, like the honorable battle between the two of them, and a Scion snipes Zavala's ghost, inhibiting it. Not only, and then like tries to take the kill shot. We saw
they play dirty.
Yeah, playing real dirty. And then Crow dives in. To like the bullet glances off of his mask, and it reveals him to be Uldren Sov. Zavala has to kind of like swallow his pride a little bit and extends a hand to like bring him back up, while Keitel promises to find whoever did this, because she didn't put this in play, and I believe she broke that Scion's back, right?
She body slammed the hell out of that Scion.
So the story's very good.
Aren't Cabal all about honor and stuff? So what on earth was going on with that Scion?
Apparently it was not following orders, and the Scions themselves are not following orders. So the entire story with this strike is basically Keitel has chosen a champion to represent her, and Zavala chose a champion, us as Guardians, and we're going to go and do battle, and whoever wins basically is going to be the winner of the conflict between the Cabal and the the Guardians. If the Cabal win, then Guardians will serve Keitel, and Zavala will become a Brachus on her like war council. If the Guardians win, then there's an immediate ceasefire between the Cabal and Guardians, and we're going to start working together at some point in the future. So of course we body the hell out of Keitel's champion because of course we do. This is a strike.
I mean, come on, we're God killers.
I mean, come on, like we murked the entire Hive royal family. We kill gods like every 6 months. What is this? What is this champion of the Cabal gonna do?
This is just like child's play.
Come on. So anyway, so we do that, and Zavala and Keitel are coming together for their peace treaty, and that's when the Scion takes the shot and knocks out Zavala's ghost and all of that. So it's the story seems to be leading to a point where we're going to be working with Keitel in the future.
What's the significance of Aldrin / okay, so it's Crow though, right? Is he still Crow, or is he now Aldrin back as Aldrin again?
He is now
He's
Crow.
still Crow.
He is, and probably will forever be Crow.
Yeah, Aldrin's dead.
Yeah.
Well, that's what I was thinking.
The cinematography at that particular point was beautiful though, because it was meant to mirror the scene of from Forsaken.
I did actually see a photograph comparing the two.
Yeah,
which is interesting.
Of Cade's death, except this time rather than Zavala pounding his head in because he's Aldrin Sov, he just reaches his hand out to pick him up and immediately just doesn't even care. Just like, nope, Aldrin Sov's dead. You're the Crow. You're a new person. You're Guardian. Buried the hatchet. So it was pretty good storytelling from Bungie's in there.
Does he bury the hatchet though?
It's kind of interesting as well because you can't when you think about that, you think about the whole sort of moral standpoint of what that is talking about. Because essentially, right, it's about forgiveness, isn't it?
It is.
Ultimately, we all make mistakes in life. We all do things that are dumb and stupid in life. Some maybe more horrific than others. Yet there's still that ability to be able to have some form of compassion and forgiveness for whatever it is that they've done.
Yeah, it's, I don't know, like, to me, it reads, well, especially after, like, hearing how he reacts to that whole situation as well.
He's like,
it's,
okay.
He just kind of has to suck it up at that point. Like, he sees it's Aldrin Sov, he doesn't say anything about it. And Aldrin later says that he feels like Zavala finally saw him as a person, right?
Right.
But Zavala's very upset with you as a Guardian and with the people surrounding Crow because nobody clued him in.
Including Ikora. Yes. Because apparently Ikora knew.
Actually.
Yes.
Yeah, he's the last person to know.
Yeah.
Dang.
Yeah, Daddy gives you a little bit of a talking to after that.
Definitely a feels bad moment, hey.
Yeah. There was a part of that scene that I want to see more as a meme, where you get bodied so hard that your soul leaves your body, and that's when Zavala's light kind of got sucked out of him a little bit.
Right. When the ghost got shot.
Oh, it's.
Well, I mean, if you dream it, you can do it.
I believe I'm going to after this episode. I have to do it before somebody else does it, or else whatever. Anyways.
Yeah, it's cool stuff though. It was a cool strike. It's a cool bit of story. I'm really excited to see where they're going to be going with the entire narrative of the Cabal moving forward. Because this is the ceasefire between the current Cabal Empress and Guardians. And she goes on to talk in that scene about how she didn't order that strike from the Scions there, and she's going to go try to root them out and figure it out. And it seems like that Scion that came to assassinate Zavala might not have been on her orders either. I think that's kind of the reference there. This is something we talked about as soon as Keitel became a figure there, Dan. We even talked about on this show, like, we're gonna be shacking up with her at some point in time in the future. That just seemed to be where the narrative was going.
Giggity?
And I'm happy. I mean, hey, listen.
You chose the words.
I mean, Lupo did ask for her to step on him, and she's.
I mean, 100%. There is that. there is that.
Bring on the rhino mommies. Yep. It's all right. I'm down with it. I'm all down with it.
Some people are into that kind of stuff, okay? Don't be kink shaming.
Not at all.
But yeah, I'm excited to see it. I'm excited to see where this narrative is going to go. The entire prospect of, because we've already started patching up things with the Fallen. Like, there are entire sects of Fallen who are just okay with humanity now. And I think moving forward, especially since we're going to be moving on with this whole narrative of us warring with Xivu Arath and then ultimately Savathun, because we know that's coming. I think an alliance, at least with a big part of the Cabal, would be fine. I'd love to see where that's going to go.
Yeah, and narratively, like it already brings like a. I believe there was something else, story beat wise, where they said anybody who didn't fall in line with Keitel was basically like a rogue Cabal or like a rogue faction and able to be eliminated. Hence why we're still killing Cabal in the EDZ and so forth.
Yeah.
It was I don't know. It was a really cool mission. I liked it. I was shocked when that cutscene came up though. It was really good.
Definitely well done.
To do that at some point because as part of this past weekend with the charity event that we put on.
Yeah.
One of the incentives is for me to
definitely worthwhile. It's a lot of fun, and it doesn't take long to get to that part of the quest where you got to do the strike. I mean, it's just like it's just a battleground, so you just got to farm up gold and go run that.
Yeah.
But it's good. It's real good. I really enjoyed it, and I think.
Sorry, that was me. I moved my mic out the way.
It's all right.
No problem.
I was just saying that which like part of I will get to do that strike at some point. Because I'm gonna have to delete my Titan, so I'm gonna need to redo the story. So.
Well, it's the GM next week too. So it is.
I'm not GM ready.
Oh
that's
no!
Like
you just hit 1300. Yeah, you just hit 1300.
I've only just hit that exactly.
You'll be fine.
You can't even access it until you're 1325, right?
That's very true. You can't go above or below it. I will say next week is kind of exciting for that too, because you have not only it as a new strike as a grandmaster, right? But you also have double drops from Nightfalls, as well as palindrome.
Cool. So that's a farmable one next week then.
Time to farm.
Yeah. I'm liking that.
Oh, go ahead.
No, I was just saying I'm liking that.
Yeah. Another cool thing about that is that there are so many named bosses in that mission, and like that is one of the triumphs is to go and take out each and every single one. So like it gives you a reason. If you didn't beat them all in one pass, you can go back through again.
Yeah, it's going to be rough, but the reward. Yeah.
It's been a while.
Yeah, it's this is what the first new strike since Beyond Light dropped, and in Beyond Light we got what 3 new strikes?
I feel like they were old hash D1 ones.
Yeah.
Okay, so we won't count the D1.
Yeah, we got one. The Glassway strike was good. The Glassway strike was awesome.
Yeah, that's a new one.
But Proving Grounds, I like it. I like it a lot.
I dug it.
Probably going to be rough on that Grandmaster though, because
probably
it's a lot of hard hitting stuff. Did you farm the Grandmaster this week, Dan?
Yes, I was able to. I was able to dive in. I got a few rolls on Swarm, like none of them great. I'm in it more for like the mods at this point because big ones. Is a 7. I believe it's a 7% increase to your damage across all enemy types. So it's not just like boss damage, major or minor damage. It's across everything. So you put that on, you're pretty set overall.
Good to have.
All right.
Makes the Swarm really worthwhile. You can get some pretty decent rolls of that LMG.
Yeah,
and I can't wait to see what some of the combinations for Palindrome are going to be next week.
Or no, it's not the Swarm this week. It's
Shadow Price.
It's Shadow Price. Yeah, never mind. Sorry. Which I tried using it during a Presage run earlier today, and I was like,
Not quite, huh?
Not quite. Not quite. So
auto rifles in PvE are still weird. Still in a weird spot for me.
I only ever use them in the raid for a bit of it, actually, to be honest, because I have a 7th Seraph primary, and it has ricochet rounds. So when I'm doing that section where you get what do you call those little shadows of whatever his name is? You get those orbs that you have to shoot off people. 9 out of 10 times, I'm the one that gets the orb, and I'm also the operator. So I'm like, okay, ricochet rounds, shoot, shoot it off. Yeah. So.
Yeah. Today we were trying to get we were trying to do a divinity run for a buddy of mine who hadn't picked it up yet. And I did find myself using the Reckless Oracle and the Gnawing Hunger quite a bit in that raid. Just with
Gnawing Hunger was like meta, man.
Yeah, I have like a pretty good roll on it. I enjoyed the Reckless Oracle a little bit more during like the second Dory phase, and Gnawing Hunger actually came in handy taking down mobs when we were jumping through portals and stuff. But overall, it was just like, it was fine. Yeah, I also was just told in chat that I have no other weapons to use, so that's yeah, that's the thing.
Oh yeah, you deleted your. Why did you delete everything in your vault again?
I mean, when I figured that would be a good charity incentive and also a way for my community to meme on me. And guess what?
You need to stop.
They did.
They did.
They did.
They?
You know what? I'm proud of them.
Oh boy. Pain.
They did good. They did good.
Yeah. So, but yeah, that was pretty fun. But other than that, yeah, I don't use them often for anything.
I mean, it's like when I'm playing Gambit, I never use a primary. I usually run double heavy. So yeah, I never use a primary because I'm on my Titan 9 out of 10 times, and I literally just have insurmountable Skullthorpe on and fist everything.
Yep.
So
well, not anymore. You're gonna be.
Yeah, I don't even know what I've got on my Titan, actually, to be honest. So I do have to make a plan to have a stream where I delete it ceremoniously. I also can't delete it just yet because I don't know if you know of a guy called A4 Studios, 4A Studios, otherwise known as Roger. He does a lot of montages for Last Rites and or other people. He's currently working on a montage for me. And I need to do. I'm actually going to be recording cinematics tomorrow using my Titan for it, so can't delete it straight away.
A fond farewell, right?
I kind of need it for that. But yeah. So, but I will be getting that deleted. It's going to be painful because Titan is my life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like so many memories with it, and this particular one anyway. It's been the one that I've had since the start of Destiny 2. Because I don't think I've deleted any. Don't think I've deleted any characters in D2.
Oh boy.
In D1, I was deleting characters every other week.
Yeah.
But... yeah, it's gonna be crazy.
Yep.
I'll have to keep an eye out for that.
It'll definitely be tweeted at some point.
Hell yeah. We'll definitely try to share that when we get it. when you get that out.
Absolutely.
So.
Well, all right. Beyond that, I think that's pretty much all the biggest bits of news for this week, right?
Yeah, I believe so.
What do you say we blast out a couple audience questions and then call it a night?
Hit the hay. Got it.
Yeah. Early to bed, early to rise, right?
What do you mean? It's only 1 a.m.
It's only 1 a.m.
Only 1 a.m. I think I saw one from Radaka a little bit ago. He directed it at me, so it kind of caught my attention. Asking, with Vault of Glass coming next season, how will you guys get ready for it? And I think that's a rather interesting question because we know Vault of Glass is going to have some familiar elements, but it's also going to have enough differences that we're probably not going to be able to jump in there and immediately know what to do.
Right.
So I'm probably... I'd, of course, love to do the experience blind, but since I don't think it's going to be a completely new raid from the classic Vault of Glass, I might go back and do... I do retro raid Thursdays every now and again when we go back and we play all the raids in D1 and all that kind of stuff. And I might do a week of that where we just kind of go through D1 and play a lot of Vault of Glass and a lot of maybe Crota's End and Wrath of the Machine. That's generally what I would do to prepare.
Yeah. I think, going back and playing original Vault of Glass would puts you. I mean, puts you up.
It would be very painful to my eyes.
Yeah.
I don't think
30 FPS.
I don't think I've turned on my PlayStation in about 2 years.
Yeah. Oh
Ooh.
boy.
So there's that. I've got my PlayStation 5. Also, I've
Ooh.
only turned that on twice though since I got it.
I've been playing like when crossplay comes, that's going to be the machine that I play on because it actually gets better frames than my PC.
I can't control her
Really?
anymore. I literally can't control her.
See, that's all. That's all I've ever done.
Originally, back when Destiny 2 first came out, I was on PlayStation, because it didn't come out until the October on the PC, and I used to run helps on Escalation Protocol on both platforms, and this is when you can get like 9-man instances, right? And so I used to always just use controller constantly. So I'd plug it into the PC, I'd use it obviously for PlayStation, blah blah blah. And then I don't know why, I decided that I wanted to learn keyboard and mouse.
Yeah.
And that kind of effed up any hope I had of using a controller again. Yep.
Yeah.
It's so weird.
Hard to get back into it.
Yeah.
It really is. It really is.
But yeah, outside of it, like I mean, with it being 30 frames, that is going to be a little rough. But it's like, what is it? This is week 7. Is this week 7 of this season out of 12?
Yeah, I think so. I think it's week 7.
I think it would behoove you to start like going back and doing so now, especially if you're planning on doing like raid day race. Like, get familiar with the mechanics of what it is of the older version. That way, when you're going in, you can you see what the new changes are, like quicker than you normally than you normally would with a day 1 raid race. Now, I know a lot of people are. I see some people that are upset about like the legitimacy of a day 1 raid race for that kind of for this raid, but I don't know. I with it being essentially a different game, with it essentially having different abilities and the changes that hopefully the changes that they make to it change it enough that it's still challenging for teams who even played it in D1. But
yeah,
yeah,
I still feel like though those that have never played D1 will be at a less advantage than those that have. So
yeah, definitely,
I don't think it's a completely fair thing. Personally, I don't think it detracts from the original people that won World's First for Worlds, but I don't understand why they needed to have another World's First for it. They could have just had a raid launch day. There didn't need to be any kind of race. The community would have done a race anyway.
Yeah.
But you know what I mean? It's just like
And even with that said, though, I mean, like the community would have done a race anyway. So I mean,
but it wouldn't have been belted.
Yeah.
You know, and I feel like that's probably the difference.
Yeah, because that wouldn't be like necessarily pushed by Bungie in any formal way. So
right,
I
can understand that.
I think it's just an interesting thought. I mean, in all honesty, I don't really care either way. So it's no skin off my nose. Makes no difference to my life whether that happens or whether it doesn't. So you know, my preparation for that raid is going to be cracking open a bottle of prosecco.
Yes,
that's right.
Perfect. Are you guys planning on doing day 1?
No, I'm gonna watch it. I think this time.
I'm not planning to. Who knows what'll happen between now and then, though.
Yeah, I kind of want to do it day 1. Honestly, like the last like doing the Deepstone Crypt raid on day 1 was super fun. Even you know, like regardless of the outcome of my team.
Doing the 24-hour completion for me was good. I enjoyed that and I thought it was really cool. But I've done that, been there, done that. I actually miss watching the raids. So a long time ago, if you might remember a raid called Last Wish. I think that who are they? So DCP now. I think they do raid race.
Yes.
before they existed, there was me.
Yeah.
And I still have the original footage of that raid.
Yeah.
With Redeem winning and all that kind of stuff. But I had the view of Gigs and Carolina Gamer and a whole bunch of other, because I was very heavily involved in the PvE world at that point, and I knew a lot of people. So it was really, really cool to watch the different perspectives of everybody. Slayerage and all that lot. So I think I'm going to do that this time. Just chill out and watch and have some fun. Grab some crackers, cheese, crack open a bottle of wine.
With that.
That sounds great. Yeah, I
can't wait.
I remember watching your raid day coverage, and I was like, heck yeah, that was real fun. So, the next question comes from Austin. So I have a question. Do you think in the future we will finally take care of Amtec? If not, she is already dead. So I can't remember who Amtec is off the top of my head.
Amtec is one of the Scion quadruplets or whatever. She was one of the Scions responsible for shooting the Almighty at us.
Okay. Yeah. No, I remember now.
A while back.
Now I remember.
Yeah. They were a quartet. Yeah. Of Scion flares. And I think she's the last one that's alive, so she might still be out there. Who knows? Maybe it was her that ordered the assassination attempt on Zavala.
Yeah,
maybe.
Twice.
I mean, I think
they might bring it up again.
That's such an interesting power dynamic too within the Cabal, because the Scions are essentially a race that was better
enslaved.
That was enslaved and then like brought into the Cabal, the group. So like, I wonder if we'll see like a whole mess of different variants of Scions.
That'd be cool, man.
Yeah, like if they branched off and became a different enemy race after all of this, I could see that being an interesting story line in the future.
I dig it.
I don't know how soon I need it though. Bungie, if you're listening to this, I don't know. I don't need it next season.
Not quite yet.
Cool.
But yeah.
Is that it?
We have one more. It comes from Ghost Possum.
Ooh.
I believe it's just for you and me. Although you can feel free to chime in as you want to, Polar.
No worries.
We have been asked, how do we keep? Oh, let me get the. How do you keep your beard so fresh and so clean? Is what he asks.
Water.
Yeah, that's a fairly good one.
Water and trimmers.
Yeah, what's your habit with your beard, TBL?
Anytime it gets longer than an inch, cut it.
Gotcha.
I don't do the whole.
I think I might take that tip. Thank you.
Yeah, that's it. That's it. Keep up with cleaning it. Trim it when it gets a little long. There you go.
Yeah. We I don't know. I normally have a whole regiment. I used to have like a special shampoo for it.
Yeah. The oils and all that kind of stuff.
Well, I still have the oils. I still do the oils from time to time.
Same.
I generally try to keep it this length. About every 45 days, I end up taking the trimmer to it and just to make sure that it's clean. I also try to make sure that there's no that from under my mask, if there's hair that's poking out underneath, that just needs to go. And I use a variety of beard oils that smell like one of them smells like it's like a cigar thing and it smells like vanilla. I like that one quite well. There's a bay rum one, which is kind of nice.
Do the oils help like any food that potentially could be trapped?
It doesn't help with the food, but it does help moisturize your face, which is something that doesn't happen often when you're wearing.
Keeps your skin nice underneath the beard and also helps them grow.
Rosemary
oil or something like that in there. It's good stuff.
Yeah. So you got to wash it though. If you're not washing
you gotta wash your beard. If you're not, you're gross.
So there used to be the story about Hulk Hogan before he'd go into the ring with whoever he was up against that week, and he used to like this is real gross and a real weird note to leave the show on. But he used to guzzle eggs and like leave it in his mustache like
Ew.
for half a day.
Ew.
And so whenever he faced his opponent, he would like blow it in their face. It was like,
Oh, that's gross.
yeah, that's super gross. So
That's super gross.
don't do that. Don't do that.
Don't have an egg beard.
Yeah, there's a lot of things. There's a lot of reasons not to be like Hulk Hogan.
Yeah.
That's another one.
Definitely one of them.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Don't be an egg beard. Ugh. Why would you do that? Ugh.
I don't know.
Can we leave on slightly a nicer note?
Sure.
I would like to take this opportunity to shout out to every single person that participated over the last 48 hours in relation to the Last Rites charity marathon that started on Friday evening in UK time, Friday afternoon, America time. There was 17 casters, I believe. We had an army of mods, and over that period, we raised £12,450 for Get Well Gamers. And that's, in my eyes, an absolute amazing achievement. And anyone that was a part of that, whichever community you came from, thank you from the bottom of my heart.
Thank you. Yeah, excellent work all around with that. Our own Dan Fanity was also a part of that.
We had Iceman too. We had Light Razor.
Iceman,
Yep. There was Carly, Sweaty or Not, Mal Nightingale, Yer, Lynch, Lulu, Dapper, Robotic Addy, Young Khan, Megway, Tiddly, Rocket Bear, Anubis, and me.
Amazing stuff and fantastic work as always. You always do a great job when you work these charity events, and it's a real service to the kids out there who are in need. So thank you so much for hosting that.
Thank you. My pleasure.
Absolutely. And that's a much better ending note than Eggbeard. So thank you so much for that other bit of charity that you brought to us.
I was just like, yeah, we can't end on that, guys. Honestly.
Can't end on Eggbeard.
I mean, we can go into other wrestling stories if you want to. Have you ever heard of Chris Benoit?
Yeah, no.
And we're stopping there. We are stopping it right there. Thank you so much for listening to episode 273 of the Planet Destiny podcast. This has been a lot of fun. A very special thanks to our guest, PolarBear.
Thank you so very much for having me on.
Oh, absolutely. Anytime. It's always a pleasure to have you here. And of course, before we get on out of here, we do love to allow our guests to take the floor and let everybody know where they can be found across the internet. And so if you would so please, where can they find you?
Sure. On Twitch. Not as often as it used to be, but usually Wednesdays and weekends. It's twitch.tv/PolarBear. You can find me on the Twitters, which is PolarBear on Twitch, I believe. I think that's my app.
Yes.
And that's, I think that's my app. And that's about it, really. You don't really need to find me anywhere else. That's all the stuff. That's where I am. But yeah, I don't tend to stream as much as I used to. A, old, B, have house things and that kind of stuff. But I try to do my best when I can. So there you go.
Well, all right. Make sure you guys go and follow PolarBear on Twitch. Said good stuff. And again, thank you so much for joining us tonight.
Thank you.
Of course.
It's been my pleasure.
I'll let you guys know where you can find us as well, starting with you, Mr. Dan Fanity. What you got going on?
Oh, hi. My name is Dan Finity. You can find me on Twitter and Instagram and also the TikTok at Danfinity, where the eyes are L's. You can find me on Twitch 3 days a week, twitch.tv/Danfinity. Thank you all so much for just showing up. It means a lot to me. This week we have I'm going to be doing Reset Boys on Tuesday, doing all the reset stuff, probably trying to get the GM in as soon as I can there. And then Thursday, I believe, is when Outriders comes out. So
yeah,
I'm excited about that. And then on Sunday, as always, we'll be doing PvE helps on PlayStation. And once crossplay comes into effect in Season 15, that'll be just for everybody. So, yep, that's pretty much it for me.
Can't wait.
Dude,
crossplay is going to be amazing.
It's going to do great things for the game. I can't.
It's going to be fun.
Yeah. I'm interested to see how they implement it. If it's anything like, if they just use like a Bungie account, or if they go forward with some other form of crossplay. But
it's gonna be good. And of course, you can find me on the internet at pretty much everywhere: Twitch, Twitter, YouTube, all at the Black Link. And also, of course, the normal YouTube videos over on the Planet Destiny YouTube channel at youtube.com/Planet Destiny. If we have any kind of big Destiny news, that's where you'll find it. As for my personal channel, probably going to be streaming a lot of Monster Hunter Rise this week. That dropped on Friday. I have been playing it all weekend long and having a blast. It's you guys know I'm a big Monster Hunter fan, and getting a new game at this time was like perfect, because now's about the time when I'm taking a step back from Destiny a little bit. I'm not grinding that out for 8 hours a day anymore, and this fills my time slot perfectly. Really happy with it thus far. We have no streams. Yep.
Do you have a golden retriever horse yet?
A golden retriever? Yes, I do.
Okay.
As a matter of fact, I do have a golden retriever dog horse.
Yes. That's all I wanted to know.
Reason enough to get the game, by the way. But you can check those streams out generally Monday through Friday from 11 a.m. Eastern time till about 2 p.m. in the afternoon. The good stuff. But all right, everybody, that is it for episode 273 of the Planet Destiny podcast, your guide to This Week in Destiny. Thank you all so much for tuning in. We'll see you all next week.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye, everybody.